Hello, welcome into this mystery reading. My name is Molly. I am the Quantum Leap Queen. Thanks for joining me on today's reading. Let's find out what this mystery reading is all about. I'm going to start off with the Pause Tarot, and I'd like to get some details for this group so you can see what we're looking at. So I'm going to set the intention right off the bat to give you the best messages that you need to hear today. So if you clicked on this video, trust that there is a message in here for you, some nourishment to help you out wherever you are at on the journey of your life. So let's start. Let's take a look. What are we talking about today with this group? Let's find out. I have the Ace of Cups. Okay, this is the first card out. The Ace of Cups. Something emotional. Something very emotional. What else are we talking about? The Eight of Cups. Something you had to walk away from emotionally. We have the Two of Cups. Definitely could have been a relationship of some sort. And the Ten of Wands, feeling like, why is everything on my shoulders? Well, we got the Star on the top of the deck to give us some nourishment too. So it was the Ace of Cups, it is the Eight of Cups, it is the Two of Cups, and it is the Ten of Wands. This is our first spread. This is how I'm seeing the energy. There was some kind of likely relationship, likely romantic, and it did come to an end. There was something that you had to walk away from in this relationship, even though you really didn't want to, but you just felt like the relationship, it was kind of like the responsibilities of keeping it going or keeping it healthy seemed to fall onto your shoulders. So I think you had to do the tough thing, which is to walk away while still loving the absolute shit out of someone. That is the toughest thing to do. And I feel like this group, most of you have already done it. And this is what we need to talk about, your leaving of this relationship and kind of where it brought you. The Ten of Wands energy is interesting, and I want to get more information on that. But I will say I have the Star and the Queen of Pentacles and Judgment. Wow. I feel like the message is you already feel this sense of freedom and the manifestation of becoming the person that you always wanted to be. And you see that your life is better outside this relationship. You see why it needed to come to an end. You see why you needed to lose yourself in order to find yourself again. In a new way. And that's how I see all these energies, is like it when they come together. It's like, man, that really 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 sucked, but I'm so glad it happened, because now I feel like I can really be myself, and that I wasn't crazy with Judgment, that I wasn't wrong in that relationship, but I just wasn't with the right frequency. So you found more of your true frequency, that star energy. And I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, you're sitting more in a place of abundance and feeling truthfully like with your energy alone, you can manifest everything that you are desiring. And I think you've been doing that. Like, if I tap into the energy, I'm like, okay, this group is not a group of victims. You guys really are alchemizers, and I feel that deeply. You're not a group to lay down and play dead. You are gonna take time for your healing. However, you are not going to allow life to pass you by. I feel like you're grabbing life by the reins and you're like, all right, let's go. What's next? And so there's just this playful energy with you, but it's also very much rooted in like honor, loyalty, commitment, there's integrity, there's lots to who you are that is building you and your life. So I think that's the chapter you're more in now, or the things that you are discovering. I wanted to ask about this Ten of Wands energy because I do think that's one that needs to be addressed. It's talking about in this relationship you were in, feeling like everything was kind of on your shoulders. And I think that's something we need to look more into. The Nine of Swords, the feelings of anxiety. You've thought a lot about what went wrong, what could have gone better. You've just done a lot of reviewing from all sorts of different kinds of viewpoints, and that's helped you to distinguish what is true to you and what isn't true to you. I have the Three of Pentacles out with the Nine of Swords. I also have the Ace of Swords on the top of the deck. I'm actually getting this energy of, because you've spent so much time in like a nightmarish mental space, that now it's like not just anyone's gonna come in and add chaos to your calm. You cultivated a calm sense of peace, like knowing how to formulate your plans, knowing how to get things together now, and very much not absorbing everyone's commentary about you. You have this new level of self-esteem, self-worth, because it's so much more rooted in your essence and in your vibration and the truth of you. And so I just feel like you are claiming more of everything that you are, claiming more of your energy. And therefore, you know, you've made your place like your mind, your inner world. You've made this something beautiful and something that makes sense for you. It's no longer, I feel, this chaotic place, like maybe from time to time, but I do feel like the root energy here is what you have built post nightmare, post chapter of the Dark Night of the Soul. And you are having much more fun creatively making foundations to what you're building. That's what I feel and sense. I also feel like there is a message here about the about your heartbreak or what you went through. Is I have the Three of Swords and I have the Ace of Swords. And I just feel like it was a really tough breakup, as far as like not understanding, like really not understanding why it's ending. I think you would have pushed, you would have kept going. You were in this for the long run. You were feeling you were feeling like you couldn't move on. Like it wasn't, you're just like, why are we giving up so early, you know? But let me ask more info about that and see what other advice I can give. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, it was like you were fighting. You see, like, okay, this Nine of Wands is a cat with like basically a janitor role, cleaning up the space. And I feel this space was the shared relationship between you and another person. You've been the janitor. You're the one like cleaning it up, taking care of it, like, you know, being the custodian to this thing that you're trying to build. But do you see your partner on this card? No, it just looks like a confused janitor cat. That's what it's indicating. And I feel like that's you. You're like, wait, why am I the only one doing this? Why is it just me in here? Why am I the only one taking care of this? So, yeah, that's why I think you were so, where it was like a double whammy almost, because it was like mentally and emotionally, it wasn't something that you could handle very well. But now that you kind of see and you look back, it's like, oh, got it. I was the only one showing up to do the janitorial work. Got it. Makes sense. So, I also have the Lovers. Let me ask what more you guys need to know about this relationship, or anything else you guys need to know in general. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I think this is talking about how you guys, the 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 beautiful things that you learned from each other. Um, I think you taught them more about their power, where they can step in and be the boss of their own life and not let outside circumstances dictate where they are going. You at least showed that to them, that energy of is going to succeed and find a way no matter what. I don't know if they had quite an example of that in their life until you came along. So you showed them this kind of like wild spirit, like the King of Wands really is. The King of Wands is seen as like an entrepreneur as well. So I think you gave them more confidence in themselves to like create what it is that they want to create in life. And they taught you the Nine of Pentacles. They taught you how to value yourself more. And this isn't a conscious thing, but I just feel that because they didn't value the relationship as deeply as you, it really showed you how much you have to give and how what you truly want to pour into something, a relationship with your heart, that is something very unique. And it doesn't, you realize like it doesn't even have to be all about relationships. You realize with this Nine of Pentacles, this very dressed up cat in her garden with heels, her boa and her hat, she's just living in luxury. And I feel like you recognize, wait, I don't need to wait for someone to give this to me. I can give this to myself. In fact, I deserve this. And so I just feel like you have done a lot of work on coming back to this place of wholeness and like really feeling your value, which is infinite, of course. But that's what I feel like this partner taught you, not having a partner that is committed because they don't see your value, because honestly, they don't even see their own value. You cannot expect someone to show up in a way that honors and values you when they're not doing that to themselves and their lives. Side note. But that's what I feel the gifts that you gave each other are from this relationship. That is what I'm feeling. So, yeah, let me ask if there's any further advice from the tarot before we move on to some oracle messages. Okay. I feel like there could be some shame that they had experienced, your ex-partner. It's not something that they want to review much. I don't think it would be something that they go into very deeply, but I'm just getting the sense of your ex or whoever this is about, they really regretted not investing to learn more about you. That's just what I'm getting, because I literally got the Knight of Wands on top of the Three of Pentacles, which, remember, was your energy now about your beautiful mindset and like everything you've created inside you, slash are creating. And I think because you're on the other side of the breakup now, that partner has matured at least somewhat and perhaps is in that regret a bit about not trying to dig deeper and find out more about you. But with the Eight of Swords, it kind of fell out right on all this gift energy we were just talking about, the gifts of the relationship. And it makes me think like this person is likely not going to reach out or to dig deeper into what's happened in the relationship. They're just gonna, which is fine, right? Like they take it as is, surface level, and they move on with their life, even if they have emotional pangs come up, little emotional blips in their life. They won't take that route of going deeper with that. And that's their journey. That is their choice. But with the Eight of Swords, it's this card of feeling stuck. And that's where I think that they will be mentally, emotionally, probably for some time if they choose not to go deeper within themselves. Because the only way that a person is able to alchemize their past and create someone who they truly fit more with, like, identity wise, and I'm talking about a person with a person like themselves. We all have this unique self. And the only way to let go of things that keep us stuck or things that keep us in these karmic loops is ourselves, to be able to view our things, to realize we're not victim, to realize we're not stuck, and that we can look deeper and that we can change stories. The stories that we tell ourselves. And I feel like you have known that and have been practicing that, but something about whoever you are with doesn't quite see it the same way. They are still afraid of their own darkness, I'm hearing, and it's just an unwillingness to go into it. So instead, they will keep playing victim, and they will keep doing the same things they've always done. And in fact, I think it's probably like a scared thing. They might feel scared coming back to you, or coming back, like seeing you again, for example, something like that. And again, that is their journey. But yeah, so that is the message from the tarot. I'd say let's move on to some oracle messages. I'm going to pull from the Sacred Symbols Oracle. And let's take a look. What would this group benefit to hear most right now? Thank you. I have Divine Masculine. Ooh, Divine Masculine. That's what you need in your life. Yes, yes, yes. Or maybe you are showing up as such. Here's the book. I'm just going to read real quick about the Divine Masculine. Okay, the Divine Masculine is the embodiment of logic, direction, action, and strength. In his most evolved aspect, he represents the builder and the protector and the guardian. Drawing this card can symbolize that divine masculine energy is needed to balance your current situation. It can also represent father or brother healing and the healing of relationships with the divine masculine in your life. The symbol is the horned god. This is a pagan symbol for the masculine energies in the elements. He is the consort of the triple goddess. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like everyone's story is going to be different, but truly finding that balance between your own divine feminine, your own divine masculine within you really makes you an unstoppable, powerhouse, secure individual. And I do think that's what your ultimate goal is, but also if you are looking for a divine masculine in your life, this is a very good sign to say that you have a counterpart when it comes to that. And not to worry about that if you haven't met this person yet. That's what I feel. But in your own life, taking on that role of divine masculine, showing up for yourself, making sure your environment is feeling secure, making sure you're, doing the things for yourself that help you to thrive. Yeah. So that's it from that deck. Let's move on. Let's do the Animal Oracle next. See what other insightful messages there are. What is best for this group to hear today? Oh, I got two. Okay. One of them is shake, release, and heal, and move on. With a little deer or antelope, I think. And then the other one is evolve into your complexity. With the octopus. Nice. Well, for sure, with the shake, heal, release, move on card, I feel like this group is rather good at this if I tap in, but this is a reminder to keep clearing and cleansing energy that comes up, emotions that come up, just like animals do when they get stressed out for a moment. Then they have to shake. They just naturally do that. They shake off their excess energy. And I think that's exactly what the reminder is for you, is don't be afraid to move or get like visceral. Like I know like you've done, deep work with your emotions, and sometimes like let's say it's anger is coming up. I know I've done this with when I have, I guess not so much anymore, but when I was really going through a lot of healing, and I had all this anger come up, I will use a pillow and I will just punch this pillow, like get all my anger out onto this pillow. Or, it goes, you go for a run or something just to help like move the energy. And I think that's a good reminder to like move, do something physical where you're not hurting anyone. You can take care of your own emotions and just honor them by expressing them and let them move on. But I feel like this group is good at that already. Evolve into your complexity with the octopus. I feel like this one actually I would like to read. Let me look, because I think there's something in here I think you'll like. Okay. Evolve into your complexity with the octopus. Octopus is a shapeshifter, able to change the color and texture of her skin to camouflage her appearance. She is an excellent escape artist and exceptionally intelligent. Octopus evolved into her greatness, her profound complexity, through all the difficulties she endured. Her need to survive and endure every situation that caused her fear and suffering is literally what evolved her into the magnificent creature she currently is. Octopus's medicine teaches us about the difficult journey towards the evolution of our highest self, who is our true self. This card represents the moment of sprouting, the seed ripping into the seed ripping open to blossom into what it has always been destined to become. This may not be an easy or comfortable moment. The fortitude of octopus is needed here. As scary situations, self-doubt, and challenges approach, stand strong in the inner knowing that difficult moments are the catalyst for evolution. See the test, and even if you are shaking, the shaking card, yell to the world, I will keep going. See the limiting beliefs on your knees, crying and screaming. I will still keep going. See the loss of something special within a shattered heart and profess, I will keep going. All ventures will be faced with limitations, difficulties, and tests. Instead of resisting the inevitable hardships, accept them for what they are, catalysts for growth into a much more complex and profound version of yourself. When a mother resists the pain of childbirth, the labor takes much longer. When the mother surrenders and allows the pain to move through her, the birth progresses much faster. Once you accept the universal law that all beings suffer for growth, you will pass through suffering more quickly. Octopus's medicine asks you to have steadfast endurance in moments of difficulties and to understand you are rapidly evolving, and this is just a test in the school of life. Nice. Nice. Yes. And I feel like I don't even need to add to that because that was basically what you're going through. You are an alchemist, like the octopus. And that is this group's energy. And I think I probably said that from the beginning, but it's just like, you're not gonna peel over, right? You're not just gonna be like, oh, I'm defeated, give up. No, you're gonna take everything that comes your way and you're gonna find a way to alchemize it because you're choosing the meaning. You're choosing the meaning. And that is something you take radical responsibility for. That's what I feel. This group. Okay, so I actually would, let's do this quick. I want to get into some astro dice and see what advice there is for you from the stars or from the planets. I have a Venus in Taurus in the 7th house of personal relationships. Wow, okay. So we literally have Venus, which rules Taurus, is it's its home sign, really, one of the home signs of Venus. And Taurus as well, it's a fixed earth sign, so it is a solid, secure, like, can count on a Taurus, can count on the consistency of the energy. Maybe not a Taurus, but you know what I'm saying. Like, Taurus energy in general is very solid, very secure. It's, in one book I saw it as the musician. So it's like, think of like a steady beat, like that is the consistency that Taurus shows up in the matters of the heart, Venus, in the 7th house of personal relationships. Like, once we get to the 7th house, it gets to be about another person, and it can totally mean a relationship, a marriage. It's a long-term contract. So I feel like all those energies together are confirmation to you to say, listen, you're going to be getting your dream partner, which is someone that really knows loyalty, that really knows how to stay, and that's not something you need to worry about. Your focus is just on you, making sure you're that partner to yourself first before it manifests. I have the moon in Sagittarius with optimism. Nice. And detachment, Venus in Aquarius. So this is a message to tell you to really drop any expectations of how your dream partner should be or how your dream relationship should be. Of course, you're going to have like ideas and visions about it, but please hold on to those loosely. In fact, I feel like the best way to create the perfect relationship energetically, like the perfect relationship for you, is to keep releasing any sort of expectation and to keep the focus on you and you. Not about searching where is that person coming in at, where am I going to meet them at, although that's very normal feelings, but not to spend too much time in those and to come back to how can I just keep showing up for myself in a way that is loving, nurturing, like how can I romanticize myself? That's what the message wants to tell you. Because that's going to make it come together in a way that is truly magical and truly divine. And it's just going to set you up for the best success when you're not focused on when is your next person coming in, but you're focused on yourself, making yourself like your life the best it can be for you. Okay, I do need to pull one more oracle card for you to end off this reading. So let's take a look. What is the best message for this group? What do we need to end off with? Oh, okay. I guess there's two. Let's take a look. Oops. Okay, we have all emotion is temporary. All emotion is temporary. It says, I choose to move forward every day, learning and growing as I go. Life can be challenging sometimes, but it is those challenges that make us who we are because of how we deal and allow those challenges to affect us. Let's put more energy towards the emotions that make us feel good and recognize the emotions that give us challenges. All emotion is temporary. Change your emotion and change your energy. So I feel like this is right in line and is basically saying a lot of what the octopus card was saying. Just that you alchemize. You're the one that chooses, like based on your focus. So that's what I feel it's saying. And then for this final card, it says, I am aligned. And it's just this gal with all her chakras and the stars aligning. I love this card. Everything that I desire comes to me at the perfect time. Have you ever noticed that what you desire comes to you when you let go of the attachment of having it right now? Align yourself with the frequency of trust. All that you desire in life and in love will ultimately be yours. The more you are in peace, the more you allow everything to flow at its perfect time. Exactly. That's exactly what I was relaying to you. That's what I wanted to tell you. This last group with the Astro, it is that. It's letting go of expectations. It's allowing it to unfold in perfect time. And it is like, what did that say? The more you are in peace, the more you allow everything to flow at its perfect time. It's so true. So you focus on your inner peace. You focus on how you feel. Is it, your default state, your default vibration? Have it be peace and calm and a beautiful place to be. And that's literally like, that's when you open the gates to magic to come in. So that includes this mystery reading. Thanks for joining, you guys. And come on back whenever you need more nourishment. These readings are timeless, so you can access them whenever you need one. And so thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next reading. Bye.